Do you like games? Some of the most popular video and board games have been designed by women. Today we'll learn about some female game designers and learn how to create our own games. One of the games most everyone is familiar with is Monopoly. But did you know it was invented by a woman? Elizabeth Magie invented a board game called Landlord's Game. She filed a patent for the game in 1903 when she was in her 30s. Her game was meant as a protest against the big monopolists of her age, like Andrew Carnegie and J.D. Rockefeller. Her game came with 2 sets of rules. One set rewarded everyone when wealth was created. In the other set, the goal was to crush all opponents. Her objective was to use the game to teach that the first set of rules was preferable. But the second set is what became popular and prompted a man named Charles Darrow to take the idea for his own and sell it to the Parker brothers more than 3 decades later. School teacher Eleanor Abbott invented Candyland. She was diagnosed with polio and while in the hospital met lots of children who also had the disease. She decided she wanted to create a game for lonely kids in hard times. It was so popular in the hospital that she sold it to Milton Bradley. She donated all the income she received from the game to charities benefiting children in need. Donna Bailey is a video game programmer who helped develop Centipede, the Atari arcade game. At the time, she was the only woman in her division at Atari and did about half the work programming Centipede. The game became the company's second best-selling coin-operated game and was the first to have a significant female player base. Want to design your own game? Here are some tips. Choose a theme for your game. Your game can be about anything that you're interested in. Decide on some basics, like what is the age of the players of the game and how many players will there be? How long should the game take? What size should the board be? And what should be the goal of the game? Figure out how players win. Do they race to be the first to the finish line? Collect the most points? Do they work together toward a common goal? Or try to build a collection of the right sort of objects? Think about the mechanics of your game. How do you play? Do you move with dice? Do you draw cards? Do you take turns? Do you lay down tiles? Build your basic rules, like who will start first, what you can do when it's your turn, what to do if 2 players land on the same space, and what to do if there's a tie. Then develop special rules. Do you get extra spaces if you roll doubles? Or do you have different rules for a smaller or larger group of players? Be sure to sketch out your board so you can visualize how the game field will look. Is it a path from one end to the next, or is there a wide playing field? Figure out what you'll use for pieces to move around the board, and if your game has cards, you'll need to make them. Once you have a rough prototype, get your friends and family to test your game. This is the best way to find out what may still need to be addressed. And don't forget to have fun.